Otis.
I feel like we just created a meme for electricians that would go really well. Like, there is no kinda in electrician work.
Everything.
It's either it's 50. You're gonna die, or the switch is gonna work. It's
Bernie.
Everything I'm reading, it's like, if you're not sure, call a professional. And I'm like,
you need to take the first part.
I'm like, well, yeah, you can call a professional if you're a fucking ass.
This is Weird with Otis and Bernie.
Season 3, episode number 2, or we call it 42, I believe.
Okay.
We're back, keeping it weird, and we've got somebody special that we're going to bring in here in just a little bit, and I'm excited about it because I've known her and her manager for quite some time, and we've kind of been talking about it for a while, and I'm just excited. She's a country music artist.
Oh,
that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
We're
right
bringing
now.
somebody talented in. What?
Finally,
told
somebody talented on this show.
I was told that there would be no one more talented than myself on this podcast.
Listen, we ruined that when Dino came on first.
I was told, I was promised that I am the most talented person on this podcast, and I am sticking to this. You are not. You are there to make me look more talented.
Listen, I look like I'm in a good mood right now, but I'm actually, as I was getting ready for the podcast, I fell into a depression because I read one thing.
What?
We're reading through headlines. We're trying to find stuff that makes sense to talk about.
We're out there. We're checking the front page news of the day in order to bring you the most up-to-date topical podcast that we can do.
I don't want to bring you down. I don't want to bring everyone down when I say this,
okay.
But
all right.
That's probably going to the first YouTube video to cross 10 billion views in 2022. Baby Shark.
Oh, it's of all time. It's the first one to ever get to 10 billion views.
Ever.
Of all time.
Baby Shark. Baby Shark is, that's the, are you going to play it now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Come on.
No.
I don't know how you don't like it.
We got past this a few years ago. I did. This.
Yeah.
Okay, stop it. It's going to be in my head. Stop.
Daddy
this is the
shark.
Okay. Oh God. This is the best our society has to offer right now. That's it. That's a top echelon. Other decades, they signed the Declaration of Independence, defended us from the British.
Yeah.
The atomic bomb. That was a little bit of a blemish. Yeah. The Great Depression.
The internet
Martin
was
Luther
created
King,
in the 1990s. Yeah.
Birth of rock and roll.
Yeah.
The internet. Our generation. We're we're going to be known as the time in history.
Baby Shark. Yeah. Wow, this is sped up.
Wow, that was
giving those kids ecstasy. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, bring it down a notch.
Right.
My God.
This is depressing. Our generation is going to be known as the time in history when the president had dementia. We can't afford anything anymore. And Baby Shark is the best we have to offer in videos. Baby Shark. And this.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Yeah.
We're ready to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete, hang on.
Sounds like us getting ready for a
this is the best we have to offer. This is the best we have to offer. I'm depressed. That's depressing. We need something better. Elon Musk, please make something better. The flying to the moon stuff. I don't know if that's it.
Elon Musk.
Jeff Bezos, please, for the love of God.
Jeff Bezos.
They're the best we have to offer.
Jeff Bezos is taking the first rocket out of here when the shit hits the fan. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that when Jeff Bezos, like when it gets weird, when something happens, or like the aliens are here, Jeff's like beep beep, and he's on a thing out of the thing. He's gonna look like the Roadrunner, just running out of town. Just next thing you see is Jeff Bezos, and he's like
got a
waving
couple
his
women,
friends on,
a dog, few of his friends. That's it.
It's like Jeff Bezos, one of the kids from One Direction. It's like one of the kids from One Direction, The Rock. We're gonna put The Rock on there, and like Melissa McCarthy. Like who's like we had to have them, and they're
For
just
sure,
going
Melissa
to the moon.
McCarthy.
she's a national treasure, Melissa McCarthy.
National treasure. It would have been Betty White, however, it's had to move on.
It would have been Betty White. Betty White had that ticket, but now we got to hand that ticket to somebody else.
Yeah.
We're looking at Shatner's already gotten one, so it's not going to be Shatner. Just saying.
So that's what depressed me right before the podcast. But what is going to excite me, I think, is our guest, who I hyped up just a little bit earlier. Can we introduce her? I think she's ready.
Listen to this. I got a little audio from her.
Okay. All right.
It's her singing.
This is a guitar. There's nobody singing.
Okay, I'm getting there. How about that?
Like it.
Woo!
Sing it, girl. Come on.
All the love that his heart can stand.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's bring her in. She's a country music star that is on her way up. And I've known her manager for quite some time. Jeff, shout out to him. I know he's going to be listening to the podcast, checking it out. He's constantly said, like, she's amazing. Check her out. And I agree. Everything I watch from her, I'm just blown away by. And I think that she's on a path of some greatness. And we have her before that. So when she's like Taylor Swift level, she's going to be like, remember that time I was on that dumb podcast?
Talk to us now and then never again.
And never again. When phone number changes.
Phone number changes.
She gave me her phone number today to text her back and forth.
Nope.
She will be changing that the minute.
She gave it to you on her way to the store to change the number.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Faith Schueler on the podcast tonight.
Hi, guys.
She's the least weirdest guest we've had. So
no, we
she's
brought
amazing.
talent. We brought talent to the game.
I wouldn't speak too soon. I have to say my cheeks are hurting because I was backstage, in the dungeon.
You're in the dungeon. Yeah, you're in the dungeon. Yeah.
And you guys are so funny. I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
We got some fun stuff coming for you, but let me just fill people in on who you are. Like I said, up and coming Nashville star. You're out of Charleston, South Carolina, which is where my sister-in-law lives. If you run into Tiffany Bailey, say hello to her.
I will. That's awesome. We'll have to get together sometime.
You see another human being, say hi.
All right.
If you can notice, you notice her through the mask.
Right.
But you record in Nashville. You were coming to Atlanta, where I'm at, to record here in just a little bit. And you've got a couple smash singles. There's one that's going viral, crazy right now. And what's that one called?
That is called Getting Over You, and it is like literally had a rebirth. I don't know what's going on with it, but
you dropped it like late
right now
last year.
Yeah, it was in May.
I'm not gonna play very much. All right.
Yeah, but that's Getting Over You, and the video's at like 6 million views, which is way crazy. I can't even count that high, so
Right.
I'd say that's a big number.
Yeah, so you made what, like $3 off of that? Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's what it translates to. I'm just saying, like, you get 6 million views. It translates like YouTube gives you $3. That's how their thing works.
Hey, Faith,
terrible for artists.
Faith, I need you to hang on just 1 second. All right. What a dick statement that is. What a dick statement on your part to say that. All right.
I didn't mean it like that. What I'm saying is YouTube screws artists, is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
That's what I meant by it.
All right. Okay. It seems like
she's going to make plenty of money later. We already established that.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Don't worry. We're struggling now, so we don't struggle later. I heard that's how it works, but it's still not.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. 6 million views, you can buy ramen.
I can. One ramen. And if I get lucky, I'll get the $3 discount code on the ramen.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. YouTube, stop screwing artists. That's what I'm saying. YouTube, pay people. Good Lord. 6 million views. You should at least have, let's say, like 50 cents for each view, right? That's $3 million. Is that math right?
This video was on Facebook. So the Facebook might pay more. I'm not sure which one's. we'll have to see.
I doubt it. Facebook only takes money from everyone. That's it.
Would you like to this ad? I don't know. Do I really want to promote it?
So Faith is an amazing country artist that you're gonna know. If you don't know her already, look her up, Google her, because everything she does is just so fire. And we appreciate you coming on, hanging with us.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for having me. It's already a fun time. So I'm ready to get this combo rolling.
We were talking before Otis signed onto the thing about John Mayer because of that song Gravity that we were playing a little bit of. And it made me think, I thought that what this podcast is kind of built around Otis and I's friendship. And I thought I would bring this picture to the table.
Yes. Dude, I didn't have the puka shells.
That's a time where I thought a soul patch was a great idea.
What happened? No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
There yes. She's already in.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. I haven't left my house in 2 years. What do you want from me?
Talk about 15-year challenge. We're like, it was 5.
It was last week. This was last week. That was awful.
So in our career, and I'm sure Faith, in what you do, the funnest part about our careers is that we get to mingle with musicians. We get to be a part of the music industry. We get to be a part of the acting industry sometimes. I was flown out to Los Angeles for a while to be a part of a show and meet the stars and learn about the show and then come back and broadcast about it. I mean, we get some cool moments. So I thought it would be fun on the podcast with you here, knowing you've got probably a few cool moments, to do This Is Weird backstage, where we take you through some radio stories, some mind-blowing moments that we had. Bernie, I know you love the names that I come up with.
I do. Well, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
But I wanted to just go through some of those moments where we were even in shock that this was happening in front of us in our careers.
Well, I'm ready. Let me hear it.
I have one.
That's how I thought the twist was coming after the hour.
Not a giant star, but I do have a star that I very much love. And this is another papaw name for you, but I do love this star. He voiced. I'm a big. You don't even know this, Otis. I'm a big Muppets fan. I love the Muppets.
Okay, cool.
And there was a man that was in on the ground floor of the Muppets named Frank Oz. Frank was the voice of Yoda. He was the voice of Fozzie Bear.
That's mind-blowing to me.
Yes. Okay. Frank was a very successful director, and Frank came into the studio one morning, and I was very excited to meet somebody who does what I would like to do. All these voices, these great voices, iconic voices. Fozzie Bear, Yoda, and I'm blanking, but it's a whole menagerie of things. Yeah. And Frank came in and was what's the word? An ass hat. He was an ass hat, and
it's a terrible human.
Just an awful person. And I am, and he's very into the art.
Hold on, pause for a second. Is he being a dick in a Yoda voice? That's what I pictured.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He won't acknowledge the stuff we want him to acknowledge. He won't acknowledge the stuff we want him to acknowledge. And so I look across at Jody, who's conducting the interview, and he and I lock eyes, and the look on his face, the thing that he's saying with his eyes to me is, this is not going well.
Terrible.
And Jody keeps lobbing up softballs for this guy to answer, and he's just not taking the bait. And so I gave it a try. I lobbed up a couple of softballs for the guy. Nothing. And then Jody looks at the man and says, "This is Bernie. Bernie does a Yoda impression." What?
Yes.
Oh,
I've never done a Yoda impression. I've never done a Yoda impression.
Let's hear how it went. Let's hear how it went.
Oh, it was all. I don't know. I'd have to pull the audio. Somewhere the audio exists.
Do it right now. Do a Yoda voice.
I don't know. I can't even do it. I don't know. I don't do
you just
one.
Say things
That's
backwards.
The thing. I just was like, I think I said something.
Get my coffee, you will.
I think I said something to the effect of, "Interview not going well. It is." Like, this suck. This is.
This is a lesson for you, Faith, that no matter how big you get, do not walk in a radio studio and just be an asshat. Like, just
don't.
Be humble. know where you came from. If you do Yoda voices, do Yoda voices. If you sing
Who
music,
looks at the man that did
music.
Yoda and says, "This guy does Yoda. Why don't you do that voice for him?"
Oh, God. I would run. I would run far, far away.
Right?
Oh, I have to go. Look at the time.
Listen, Faith, you're going to have some wild moments as you progress in your career. There's going to be moments where you walk on the Opry stage and your like blood is just pouring out of your body. You're thinking like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Gruesome. Did we?
Well, you know what I mean.
We mentioned that you had a giant gash on your leg. You were cut backstage, and that's why there's blood. Just blood.
You know what I mean? Like the blood just rushes out. Like you're in such a out of body experience. Your blood just feels like it's gone. That's what I meant. But it did sound gory.
Blood will be rushing out of your head. Bats falling from the sky. Like
you're gonna have moments like that, but. Have you already had some similar moments that like stand out in your mind as a musician where you were just kind of in an oh wow, or something went wrong or it was weird or awkward?
Okay, so probably one of the biggest crazy moments in my career, and this is like crazy in a good way, was getting to perform with Jimmy Allen.
My dude.
He's so cool. Oh my gosh. But let me start from square one. I'm gonna try to make this story as sequenced as I can.
Have some of it.
There it is. Well, you missed the other part, but I promise I did sing.
Yeah.
So I started with a Zoom call with Jimmy. Jimmy's friends with my manager Jeff. How that happened years ago, that's Jeff's story. I'm not really sure, but. Yeah. He was like, hey, I have this artist. I'd love for you to Zoom with her. Jimmy was so nice to get on a Zoom call with me, and we chatted. And, I just thought, okay, he's just going to meet me and then probably forget my name 3 seconds after he hangs up the call. And no, this man definitely remembered. He remembered I was from Charleston. So when he came to Charleston for one of his shows, he invited me out, and I got to watch his show, and he literally treated me so kindly the entire night. He was very attentive. He had me in the green room. I got to talk to him, and I was just like starstruck. Oh my gosh, so excited. He is such a hardworking person, and he was so genuine and very inspiring to hear his story and everything. And
his real quick, his story is he grew up in Delaware. He moved to Nashville with nothing. Lived in his car for like a year and a half or something like that, and finally got a song to break and started getting the ball rolling. And now look where he's at, Dancing with the Stars, like a couple #1 singles. He's got a song with Brad Paisley. I mean, the guy deserves every bit of it, because I remember meeting him the first time, and I was like, this guy's a star. First off, he didn't act like one, and he still doesn't act like one, but he will remember me every time that I would come in front of him, like, oh, Otis, what's good, man? How are you? Blah, blah, blah. Genuine, perfect, awesome guy. And he'll always be like that.
Absolutely. He definitely has not let anything go to his head. Like, this man is so humble and kind. And I just can't say enough good things about him, but I got to meet him, and that was so awesome. And I noticed during his show, he sang the song Shallow from A Star Is Born. It's with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. I'm sure you've all heard it. Yeah. And I loved that song, and I loved to sing it. And afterwards, I was like, we should sing that song together one time. And I'm meaning in the green
Shoot your
room.
shot, girl. Shoot your shot.
I was just like, wherever. I just want to sing this song with you. It doesn't have to be recorded or anything. I just think it'd be so fun.
Can we play a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
In the shallow, in the shallow, in the shallow, we're far from the shallow now.
Come on, so good.
I like that. I have the same outfit. It's true. It's true. I
want to see you in that.
I have that exact same outfit.
I want to see you in that.
That would be
outfit.
Embarrassing if he and I showed up to a party wearing the same thing.
You mean his or mine? You mean
His. I have his. I have the jacket and the whole thing. Yeah.
All right. So you got this. So keep going with this story, because
so that was like the spoiler. But then he was like, he called me when he came back to Charleston. He said, Faith, I remember you want to sing this song Shallow with me. So I want you to come on stage and sing the song with me. in front of a live audience, and I was like,
So cool.
What is going on? And when I got there, I was super nervous, like so nervous. I've never been so nervous to like sing on stage in my life, but we didn't rehearse. We like rehearsed none of that. And Jimmy was still on Dancing with the Stars. So he was traveling with Emma, his Dancing with the Stars partner, finding some, I don't know where they practiced, but he sent me a video of it. It did not look safe. I'm not sure where they were. But some like storage.
We've decided to practice on a cliff.
Yeah, I'm like, where are you
What?
guys? And
The top of a skyscraper. Couldn't you do the ballroom?
Right.
No. Top.
No, God, no.
I'm like,
Gotta get the
Lots of
shot.
nails. No.
like it'll be fine. Like, he's like, well, just go ahead, do sound check without me. They'll check my levels. Just check your levels, and we'll practice before I get there. And so I'm like, okay, Jimmy, I trust you. So I'm chilling in the back, and time's ticking, and I'm like, where's Jimmy? And I know he is a very busy man, has 1,000,001 things to do. So I was just like, okay, calm down, Faith. And I got everything ready, and it is like literally 20 minutes before the show. And I'm like, okay, Jimmy, you ready to practice the song yet? He's like, well, here's the arrangement. This is what we're going to do, and we're just going to wing the end of it. We're just going to wing it.
Wow.
We're gonna wing it. Good luck.
We're gonna wing it.
That's
And
Hey, I know
go.
you're crazy. I know you're crazy nervous standing next to me on stage, but just wing it. You'll be fine. You'll be good.
So, yeah, that's exactly what we did. I went on stage, and that was the first time we sang that song together. So I was kind of looking at him like, what are you about to do? And he was looking at me like, what are you about to do? So you could probably find a few of those moments in that video, but
It's
That's
kind of
amazing.
interesting because what makes that, I mean, that scene in that movie is similar in that she is walking on stage and she has a lot of fear, a lot of trepidation in her voice. And I would imagine that's what made that's the dynamic in the song is on the stage. She's very nervous with the person that's
super
established.
creative, Bernie. That was a very
Look,
creative
man,
thought.
Look,
So
I am a creative person, and I have told you this over and over again.
Let's-
and you
let's-
won't listen to me, you dickhole.
Let's
All
hope
right.
Jimmy Allen didn't kill himself after that performance. Then.
I wasn't gonna say that.
That's
I
how the
thought that
movie
joke
ends.
was too dark.
Yeah.
I passed over that joke because I thought that joke was too dark. Go ahead.
Jimmy,
do
I
that
love you.
joke.
That's my dude. Jimmy's
You
my
do that
boy.
joke.
He'll get it. He'll get
Hey,
it.
remember the end of Stars Born where the guy was dead? Come on, what are you doing?
like that.
What do you have to
That was
bring
a
the show
horrible-
down?
It had to happen in the movie, but that was a horrible ending. It was terrible.
I
But
And
know.
that's kind of the ending that they've made 3 times. Like Hollywood's made that movie a lot of times. That's sort of the ending. It's a tragic story. It's a tragic love story. I'll talk about that to you later when we're not in the middle of an interview.
Oh
Okay,
my
right. So Faith, that's phenomenal. Jimmy is a phenomenal dude, and you crushed it, girl. Nice work.
Thank
Nice work.
Thank you. It's becoming a trend because then after that, I sang at my first like big hockey game, and they were like, "Okay, come 30 minutes early for sound check." Came 30 minutes early, waiting. Nobody's giving me a sound check, and then they're like,
Oh, wing it.
"You got this. You got this. Just go out there and sing that national anthem." And I'm like, "All right, here we go."
I got a story about that. I sing myself, and I did the national anthem at a hockey game in Notre Dame, and so I'm ready. I had prepared. I felt good. I was confident. And then right before I walk out onto the ice, and they may have done this to you, if the national anthem isn't nerve-wracking enough, they go, step straight down, because if you step any other way, that piece is going to slide out and you're going to go on your butt.
Yes.
Okay, good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, the hardest.
Wait,
it's,
what?
It's like the hardest song in the world. Let's add ice.
Let's guess what? You are going to stand on ice and sing this very hard song. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to turn the mic on when you walk out there.
Or remember the lyrics, because for some reason your brain does weird things when you're singing that song because it's a cappella, there's no music, there's nothing to save you.
Nothing.
So I'm in the middle of the Notre Dame version of it,
Yeah.
and I get to like the big part, right before the big part, and my mind blanks, just goes dark. I have nothing in my head. I have no other lyrics, nothing. And so I just pause, I'm like, oh, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. And then I laugh a little bit, and the whole crowd continues singing along. And then I'm like, oh, then my brain catches up. It was like Joe Biden in an interview. Then my brain caught up, and then I I went on with the song. I made it. I did it fine. It wasn't that noticeable. However, it was noticeable. It was awkward.
Have you guys ever heard Olympian Carl Lewis performing the national anthem?
No.
No? Olympian Carl Lewis performing the national anthem. He did it at an NBA game a little while.
We take far left turns on this.
90s.
We take far left turns on this podcast very, very
Look,
often. So here we go.
This is going to be worth doing. This is going to be worth doing.
Here we go. Oh.
Yeah. Hold it. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets.
Nope. Nope.
I'll make up for it now.
He skipped he skipped the whole song.
Well, no, it's a cut. I like that he says "uh-oh" right in the middle of it.
Oh, you chopped it up. Okay.
Yeah, I chopped it up, but yeah, that's Carl Lewis.
Wow.
Terrible. Start low. Start low.
Yeah, start low.
Start low. I don't sing, and I can tell you, start low.
Sometimes I start way too low, and I'm like, oh. Like,
Listen,
a little too low.
So since we're all sharing, and I don't want to, I'm going to seem like the one-upper guy. And I don't want to seem like that, but it's going to sound like it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's going to sound like from the start of the story, but it's the most, oh, wow, mind-blowing, like crazy moment in my entire career. There's no like punchline, so don't wait for something that had to happen. I mean, sort of is, but we'll get there.
Okay.
One year, this is probably 3-4 years ago, I got invited to the Grammys to broadcast, and that was mind-blowing in itself. It was like, I get to do radio at the biggest night in music. Backstage was the biggest stars in music. I was beside myself. I had dreamed as a kid that I would one day be at the Grammys, and I told people that, and I was. So it was all that was encompassed in that moment. Well, the guy I went with is a good, big, huge record guy, and he's been around the game for a long time. He knew Glenn Frey from the Eagles for a long time.
Wow. That's cool.
So he said, hey, we're there the night before in California, and he says, hey, the Eagles are doing a tribute to him with Bonnie Raitt and a few other crazy people at this club that they used to play before they were massive. You want to go? No, I got to play some PlayStation. Over here.
No, I got to go to the LMFAO party. Yes. Of course I want to go see the Eagles in a small club.
Of course I do. So that experience, another mind-blowing moment in itself, but I walk in, go upstairs with him where the VIP-ish people are. And
where the fancy people go.
I'm not supposed to be in that area.
We're not amongst it. Yeah,
I'm just key to be in that area. And Harry Styles is hanging out up there watching the show. So I sit near him. We're chatting, watching the Eagles tribute from some of the biggest articles of that or artists of that era playing their songs. It was wild. It was so good. And then Harry's manager looks at the guy I'm with, Rick, and says, hey, we're going to go next door to that pasta place. And if you guys want to roll over, cool. I was eating pasta with Harry Styles at 2 a.m.
Sure, of course.
Talking about his album. This was as his album was starting to drop. It was coming out like within weeks. And so I'm awkwardly sitting next to One Direction. And I'm like, so tell me about the album, man. How are you excited about it? Like, I didn't know what to say.
So do you often eat linguine?
By the way, when you're rolling spaghetti in front of Harry Styles, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
What about that? I heard you got an album coming in like a few weeks.
There's not a graceful way to eat spaghetti, specifically not in front of anybody from the Eagles.
Gotta get a spoon.
I will say that Harry Styles, awesome guy. When he was not in celebrity element, the whole night was kind of outside of that for him. He was kind of in his realm of music and legendary artists. So he was awesome. He was super chill and was not in that fame mode. So that was a cool experience to have with him. Well, then the next night we go to the Grammys, mind blowing again. I walk by, who's the guy? What's the guy's name from Crosby, Stills and Nash? What's his first name?
It's either
Crosby?
Crosby, Stills, or Nash. Or
No,
Neil
wait,
Young.
what's Crosby's first name?
David.
David. All right. Well, let me back up a second. When I'm going into the
Who
red carpet
discusses
area
Crosby, Stills,
of the
Nash?
Grammy,
Is that lose the guys from Loggins and Messina? I need to know, is it Loggins and Messina?
I'm gonna get. I didn't know it's Ben Crosby. Is it Ben Crosby?
No, it's David Crosby.
David Crosby.
Stephen Stills, Graham Nash,
Oh man.
and Neil Young.
I'm sorry. I'll get to that. So we go to the red carpet. We're on the peasant side of the red carpet because there's a celebrity side, there's a peasant side.
Yeah.
But all the celebrities have to go in through the same metal detectors. So as I'm walking in, I damn near trip Clive Davis, who's
Oh,
walking
wow.
in
Wow,
right
that's
before
cool.
me. And I'm like, oh God, that's Clive Davis. That's Clive Davis. There was nobody around me to say it to either because everybody around me knows Clive Davis. And they're like,
Right. Not that
Yeah.
impressed.
Okay.
I need to find somebody
Who's
that's
this guy?
impressed by this stat.
that's Clive Davis. Clive, do you know Clive Davis? Yeah,
Yes,
we know.
We all know Clive Davis.
We had coffee earlier. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we ate spaghetti with him yesterday.
For this,
What'd you say, Faith?
I said y'all got fast passes for this.
Right. So I get into the red carpet. I go to the peasant side. I'm watching the celebrities come on the other side, get inside. At one point during the show, you can only go to the bathrooms or get a drink when it's a commercial break, and you have to be back before the commercial break's over. So I'm hustling. I hustle out to the hallway, run into the men's bathroom. Right in front of me, going to the men's bathroom, is Crosby,
David
Just
Crosby.
casually walking to go piss next to
Well,
me
he
in
has
the
to
urinal.
pee. Sometimes Crosby has to
Who
pee.
knew?
I mean,
Who
he-
knew
I
celebrities
knew.
peed?
I knew that David Crosby went to the bathroom.
Okay, so I'm at this point, I don't even know what my life is. I'm beyond a real realm that is happening in my life at this point. I'm just like, whatever happens after this, nothing could top this night. I was so wrong. So we go to the I'll refrain from the record label whose party it was. We go to a label party afterwards. I get kind of snuck in because I'm really not supposed to be there. And with my buddy Stick, with a couple of label guys that I know, they're like, just keep it on the low, be fine, act normal. Right. And then so we're like, okay, cool. Right as I walk in, I look behind me, and Gerard Butler is walking in behind me.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a pass, but he's Gerard Butler. So he's like, and you have to watch the video if you really want to get the full take. But his hat is down below his eyes like this.
Yeah.
He's looking around, but I can see his pupils behind his hat, and they're like he just looks completely coked out, like just on another level coked out. Red.
I mean, I'm as
bloodshot,
your
like,
lawyer, I'm going to say allegedly.
allegedly
As
coked
your
out.
lawyer, I'm going to say, why don't we say allegedly?
I
Maybe
look
it
at,
was
I
Gerard
think
Butler,
to
maybe
myself,
it wasn't.
I look at my friend and I go, damn, he's on something. All right. Allegedly. And so don't think about it again. Go back. So there's an outside part of the club. There's an inside part of the club. And we're outside for a little bit, go inside and dance for a little bit. And when I do that, I grab a drink. I look over. I see, once again, Gerard Butler. But this time, now we're at a Hollywood party. We're at a California party. Can you imagine the women that are at a California Hollywood Grammy party? There was no
Yes.
shortage of 15s.
Bunch of
in that
uggos, I'm guessing. Bunch of uggos.
I look over.
No?
I'm not even
All right,
playing.
fine.
This is a true ass story because I called my wife like the minute after it happened, and I'm like, because she loves Gerard Butler. That's her gimme guy. I'm like, I'm standing next to Gerard Butler. This is crazy. She's like, I hate you. I'm at home with our kids. And I go and I look over at Gerard Butler, hitting on a 5, just like
Going out,
almost
just going
making
all on
out.
a
Like you
5.
can tell the flirting is happening. They're like all over each other, and I'm thinking to myself, "Damn it, Gerard!
You want to point,
Come on, man!
So
Come
so
on.
time out. Do you want to step in at this point and tell
Yes,
actor Gerard Butler that he needs to hit on somebody that's more attractive? Is that what you want to do here?
most
What's
of
the
me,
action
most
you
of
want
my,
to take? If it was going to go the way you thought, was that where you go, Gerard, why don't we not do that? Go over there and hit on her. Is that is that where you're wanting to go with this?
Bro code. I everything in me is saying you need to walk over there, grab him by the shoulder.
Gerard Butler. I think he's got everything under control. He was in 300.
But I want to say, listen, come here, Gerard. I know you don't know me. Come here. You are goddamn Gerard Butler. There are 15s around you. That 5. No, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm not going to let this happen. I did not do that. That happened in my mind. I did not go over to Gerard
My
Butler.
favorite part of this entire segment is how you told us you were going to one-up us, and then you told 3 stories that one-upped us.
Oh, I got more. That's not even the end. I haven't got to the best parts.
Oh, yeah, more stuff. I'm sorry. I'm going to go get a drink.
Okay, you know this part.
I know this part.
All right. It's not a long story. I then go back outside, which there's this kind of ramp that you've got to walk through with everybody to go to the outside from the inside. I'm halfway down the ramp and I get pushed kind of to the side. They're like, hey, just move over a little bit. We got some people coming through. Okay, cool. I get it. Not trying to be awkward at this party that I'm not supposed to be at. Then all of a sudden I see Woody Harrelson, Paul McCartney, and Beck walk right by me, right past me. And my mind is just racing. Like I don't, even if I had something to say, I would not have anything.
If you had celebrity bingo, would you have Beck, Paul McCartney, and Woody Harrelson on your card
on the same card? No.
On the same card. Do they walk into the party together?
No.
What?
And
That's crazy.
The wildest part is I go back inside because I'm like, holy shit. I go back inside following them, not in a weird way, just like I'm going to go over here and watch what happens. They're probably going to go to a table and not talk to anybody. Nope. They all go straight to the middle of the dance floor. Paul McCartney's like dancing it up with everybody. Super nice guy. Finally, I got up enough nerve. I didn't want a picture. I didn't want to say much to him. I just walked up when he was kind of chilling over.
Like,
he kind of relaxed. I said, Paul, I don't want to bug you, man. I know a lot's going on. I just want to say it's so awesome to meet you. And he was like,
thank you.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet you too.
I
And that was
appreciate
it. That was our exchange. We shook hands. But I met freaking Paul McCartney.
Oh my gosh, I'm like really, really jealous.
I'm jealous. I don't even know how that happened in life.
What?
I have no idea.
Insane. It sounds like a dream. That literally sounds like one of my
It might have been. At this point, it may have just been a total dream. I don't know. I have pictures to prove. Not that Gerard Butler was hitting on a 5, but I have some pictures.
I can't prove any of that story except for Gerard Butler was hitting on a 5.
Oh my god.
It's blurry. It's blurry. It's like you could.
It was for Gerard too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gerard Butler. If you hear this podcast, I'm sorry, man. I should have saved you.
You should have. You know what I don't think Gerard Butler's worried about? Whether he scored that night with a 5. Because he's Gerard Butler. I don't think he's that concerned about it. Oh well, swing and a miss.
There's no night in my life that will ever top that evening. And so I mean, I've had some pretty cool moments and I still do in my career. So that is forever going to live at the top of my mind.
Well,
Wow.
That is a lengthy story that nobody on this podcast can top. I don't think. Maybe Faith can. I don't know. I can't.
Let's get back. Let's get her back on. Faith, you're going to promise it right now. In 10 years, she's going to be back on the podcast, and she's going to have some even better stories.
I got you.
That happened to her.
I am saying this right now. That will happen because that's what you do.
We're going to be making millions by then too on this podcast. So
that's right. We're
kidding
all
me. I'm going to still be in this basement talking to you.
in your pajamas.
Yeah, we're just talking to you. Listen to the Paul. Oh, he's going to tell the Paul McCartney story again, isn't he?
It's like that old football score that you never want to let go.
Well, it's all. And then I saw Paul McCartney and Gerard Butler was hitting on a 5.
So let's have our own celebrity moment on the podcast and hear a single by Faith Schueler. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, what do you want to hear? I don't know what to.
Let's do the viral single. Let's do the one that everybody loves.
Let's
6
do that.
million views.
6 million.
This is by
Crazy.
far going to make you at least another $1.50
That's it. That's it.
on our streams.
Really? Yeah.
We'll send it to you.
Okay, that'd be nice. I'll take it.
Okay.
All right, this is Getting Over You. I know you've been going out late with that girl you told me not to worry about, while I'm sitting here picking up the pieces of myself you left without. I'm listening to those sad songs all night long, but now I'm realizing you're right where you belong. I've had my sleepless nights alone, praying to God that you were gone, doing everything you said girl should never do. Wrapped up tight in her arms, I'm here crying in the dark, letting all those memories mess me up and break my heart in two. But man, it's worth it getting over you. I know when the smoke rises, I'll be feeling good again, and I'll owe it all to the pain that your cold heart left me in. Tonight I'm moving on, finally moving on, and now I'm realizing I'm right where I belong. I've had my sleepless nights alone, praying to God that you were gone, taking everything you said girl should never do. Wrapped up tight in her arms, I'm here crying in the dark, letting all those memories mess me up and break my heart in two. But man, it's worth it getting over you. One tear left me broken, and one tear left me blue, and one tear left me happy, 'cause that's the last time I cried for you. I've had my sleepless nights alone, praying to God that you were gone, doing everything you said girl should never do. Wrapped up tight in her arms, I'm here crying in the dark, letting all those memories mess me up and break my heart in two. But man, it's worth it getting over you, getting over you. Yeah. I know you've been going out late with that girl you told me not to worry about, but man, it's worth it getting over you.
Yeah. Yes. Getting Over You, the single from Faith. Check out her other single, that's Bless Your Heart, is also out too. So
Bless your heart. That's mine. That's my jam.
so what I'm gathering from Getting Over You is that you're into really toxic guys.
Used to be for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Are you reformed? Reformed?
I don't know.
Nope. That's a no.
No,
Liz,
that's a no.
does he know that's about him? Whoever he is?
I don't know.
You need to go sit in a car and play it for him on TikTok. I think that's how things work these
Get
days.
a million views right away.
That's it. That's it.
But in fact, I don't know if it's like I could be about multiple of them. I just maybe it's
She's
just
into
bad.
toxic. I told you.
That's it.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But to be fair, that is like my only breakup song. The rest of them are like happy and love or inspirational or, so I had to throw in one just kind of heart-wrenching breakup song in there. You just have to.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
It's good.
Your
Your
Heart.
voice is beautiful.
Thank you. Bless Your Heart's pretty savage. So if you want to go listen to Bless Your Heart.
All right. Definitely. Go stream that for sure. Faith Schueler is her name. Good luck spelling that. How old were you when you learned how to spell your last name? Because it took me about 12 tries to send you an email.
What is that?
I don't really know. I wish I knew that. Probably, I don't even know when I learned how to spell, quite frankly. So I'm not not
She
sure.
still
I
messes it up on checks. I guarantee it. She writes a bank check. She's like, damn it, I spelled my name wrong again.
That is, by the way.
I do have a story. One time I gave my signature on a wall and forgot a letter in my lap.
See?
It's still on the wall.
You know what?
In Sharpie.
Before you told that story, I was going to call that the worst interview question ever. But since you did mess up your spelling of your name, you know what? I withdraw my complaint with Otis. I was going to call that the worst interview question ever. How old were you when you learned to spell your name? Was a pretty terrible question. But as it turns out, you did. So never mind.
I know what I'm doing, Bernie.
I know.
I've done
No,
this for
you
a
did.
long
No,
time.
okay, all right. You know what? I'm going to step aside.
Oh my
Faith,
gosh.
we appreciate having you on. If you want to hang with us, we've got a few more wild things that are about to happen on the podcast.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to, or you can bail out because it's going to get real weird.
No, I'll hang out because I'm
All right.
intrigued.
So, yeah. So, what kind of relationship are you in, Otis, with your wife? Is it the type where she
Married one? Like she tells me what to do?
Except you mocking her in any way?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah?
that's yeah. We have a good sense of humor together. She
Okay,
knows that
all
I'm about the jokey joke. She don't think I'm funny ever, but
Yeah.
she knows I'm always trying.
I have a small video. This video has gone viral. This is a guy who we should point out that before the video comes on, his wife slipped on the ice. And this is what happened next.
Did you just bust your ass? Ooh, and that's gonna be on the camera.
Yep.
All right. And
Viral.
oh. He decided-
Karma.
It's
Instant
karma is
karma.
what that is. He walks out the door.
We about to go viral.
Oh, this is going viral.
Ooh,
And he
that's
just
gonna be on the camera.
can't help but mock her.
And here
Yep.
That's fantastic. Then he gets up.
You didn't say it was ice.
What did you think it was?
You didn't say it was ice. The best part about that is how mad he is after the fact that he mocked her. You didn't tell me it was slippery. I've been sitting down here for 10 minutes. My ass hurts because I slipped on the ice. But you didn't say it was ice.
That is 100% married life in a nutshell.
That's
that
it.
video
That's it right
encompasses exactly what
You might
marriage
as well
is.
call that
Faith,
year 10.
you're not there yet, but yes, year 10. This
Year
is the
10.
moments you will have in your life.
Oh wow! I have so much to look forward to. I can't wait.
Yes.
You
do.
fell on your ass. Whoops. That's what that should be called.
And then you yell at her for you making a
I
mistake.
can't believe you didn't tell me it was slippery. God damn it. Come on.
It's your fault.
This is your fault, you know.
It's
Your
your
male
fault.
ego won't.
Who froze that ice?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So there you go. Might as well call
Listen,
it year 10.
Can we get to the Dr. Branding story? Do you want to do that?
I can't. I don't have anything to support it, but yes, we can. I don't have any.
There's no
or anything.
pictures. There's no
Okay.
pictures. We can just kind of talk the story.
All right, cool.
I didn't find any pictures anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we transition to that?
Just start.
Oh,
I'll take care of it.
Okay. All right. So, Faith, I told you things were going to get weird on this podcast, and I don't know that it gets a whole lot weirder than this doctor who decided to initial his signature onto people's organs when he operated on them.
What?
The British surgeon who has now been stripped of his medical license and register in Britain because Dr. Simon Bramhall thought he would use a laser that they use during surgery. And when he did an implant of another organ, he would put his initials to sign his little autograph
I
on
kinda
somebody's
like it.
liver.
I kind of like it. I'll be honest.
You gotta let people know your work. I mean, if
This
you're
is
good
the
at it.
game. This is the game. Look at that right there. It says right there. If you look very closely on his kidney, Craig. It says Craig right there.
Imagine that. Imagine that. So he branded their organs.
Basically,
wrote-
yeah.
On the side. And he was found out when another doctor found the initials. They were about 1.5 inches tall. and he found the initials on. I don't know if this person's getting a lot of kidney work done. Apparently,
Well,
to be opened up twice.
The organ failed, and so another
is that
doctor
what it
had to
was?
go in and fix the problem. And he finds who autographed this guy's liver. That
I
feels
think
weird.
I know what the problem is, Steve. You screwed up putting the kidney in, Steve.
Steve, what? What in the Dr. Yellowstone is that? I am not.
He sees himself as an artist. He just wants to make sure his work is credited. Apparently, on your liver.
That's a doctor. That's what happens when you get a kidney transplant from Dr. Zorro.
Dr. Zorro. I would be very disturbed if I knew someone had initialed one of my organs.
I'd be okay with it. I'd be all right. You go ahead and sign away. You just write your name right there on my kidney. We're good. We're fine.
But now they reviewed it and have now canceled his license. They took off the suspension and canceled his license.
Dr. Steve was here, 5/9/14.
Wow. I have never heard of anything like that. That's crazy.
Who's it hurting? I mean, really, if you sign your name.
Well, your organ.
Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, I don't think it was doing any damage to the organ. I don't know.
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know how that works.
Let's say George Clooney. Wasn't he on the ER show?
He was on the ER, yeah.
George Clooney doing a little surgical work on you. Would you not want him to throw a little John Hancock on there? Just be like,
somebody
got that liver from
George
Clooney.
That's George. But he doesn't actually operate on anybody, right?
I thought he had a medical license.
That's not real. That was a television show, right? He doesn't have a medical license.
I'm glad he's not. I'm glad. Well,
far too handsome.
I'm less worried that it's a laser. I don't know. Something about that is like, okay, maybe that's not as bad. But if he was putting a pen or something,
right? It's not a Sharpie. I mean, it's not.
That is crazy.
I mean, if there was a machine and he was using to put it there,
I would feel like it was funnier if it was a Sharpie.
It would be funnier if it was a Sharpie.
It's still there.
It would be really funny if it was a Sharpie or some sort of finger paint.
And it's got like a message with it. It's not just initials. It's like,
right.
Thanks for coming in. Greatest patient ever. Love. Dr. Simon.
Here's your prescription.
Right. XOXO.
Maybe he just does it because he loves the humor that it sends to morticians once they get in there.
What a random reason. I do it so that the mortician laughs.
I do it for
like
the
it's
joke.
Like it's a long joke right there. That's letting the joke lay there for a long time before it pays off.
Oh man.
Hey, Bob. Bob, come on. Check this out. I think it says ST. You think Steven Tyler signed this? His liver. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That was probably when he was on American Idol.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine asking someone, can you sign my liver?
Yeah.
I'm shocked this is the first time this has happened, honestly. Watching all those shows on E about the doctor that do plastic surgery, they're autographing a few titties.
Well, I would imagine that there are boobs that are autographed from the inside.
Oh yeah, the California doctors or the Miami doctors.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Oh, gross. I can't imagine that. I'm having vivid pictures. I need to empty my brain.
All right, so Faith, every time we wrap up the podcast in season 3, we do a little bit that I used to call
This name sucked.
Viridiacy.
That's not the name.
Viridiacy. It's the viral video of the week.
Okay.
Where we break it down for the people.
That name sucks, by the way. That's a terrible name for this.
The viral breakdown on This Is Weird. Okay. That's the intro. This is the viral breakdown.
I'm getting Baby Shark flashbacks.
Oh my God. Please don't play Baby Shark again. Can you give us the video of this man who was on the news and had a bodily function happen mid-live news?
Like what our movement's all about. But it's more than just Gen Z's falling for conspiracy theories. Why?
He puked. He's puking out. He said, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
not without a fight.
Well,
Play-
okay. Why don't we give you some time to collect yourself? If you need help, let us know.
Hey,
in the
we
control
are
room
gonna.
there.
We'll come back to you and
We're very newsy about this, and
go back. Go play it again. I've laughed at this probably 3,000 times.
All about.
Jeff's already texting me.
But it's more than just Gen Z's falling for conspiracy theories. Why?
You.
All right, pause for a second.
All right.
So,
The noise.
so
The
if you go
noise.
back and you look, the person that really doesn't care at all about what's happening to this dude and he's about to lose his life is back in the left corner, and that's his
Oh yeah,
cat.
it's his cat.
His cat gives 0 Fs that this guy's dying in front of him.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Poor guy.
This guy. Come on.
So this guy is a part of a movement called Birds Aren't Real movement. It's a Gen Z fueled conspiracy theory where
It's a.
They don't
I
believe
think it's a.
birds
isn't
are
it a
real.
Bit? Isn't it a bit though?
is it? I don't know. He
I
is
think it's a
pretty
bit.
serious about it. They
I
say
think
that
was.
they say that the U.S. government has spy cameras inside every bird and that they're just watching us with these things flying through the air. But I've literally shot one with a BB gun and it did not have a camera in it. I didn't do that because I was looking for a camera,
And I look.
but I've seen a.
It wasn't here.
Was this a bit? Was this a viral
yeah,
bit?
I
that he
think
was
it's
just
a
trying
bit.
to be.
I think the whole thing was a bit. I think if I read it, I read that he went on the news and he knows it's a bit, and he did the spit take as a bit, just so he can go
hilarious.
viral, so he can
I've laughed
embarrass the
so
news
much.
people, because news people are fun to embarrass.
What?
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
How do you do that?
Look,
What's your talent?
I bet his mom was pissed that he ruined that jacket that she took out of his dad's closet for this interview.
Well, it does look like he's just coughing it out.
I mean, he's hacking pretty hard.
He's hacking pretty hard. I think he's trying to hack over top of the anchors. And then the suit news guy who has to clean it all up. What we were trying to say, we're sorry that you saw vomit this morning on your television.
So serious. They can never laugh
so
or like
serious. He never
get loose.
can laugh. Well, that was
Well,
embarrassing, huh? Remember when that guy threw up on television?
Oh my god.
Well, we'll come right back to him.
Well,
He
it's
probably
it's-
just died. Jen,
We
just
apologize for all the unfortunate things that you saw today on
Yeah.
the news.
back to you, Jen, in the cat circus in Shelburne.
Let's get back to the water skiing squirrel.
How do you think guy he was nervous on the news? How do you think he was on a first date? Faith?
Not good. That would be like, no, thank you. Gotta go. That would be so bad. But I feel like
say
he
let's say you're
don't
sitting
know.
there eating spaghetti with this guy. He's rolling it on his fork.
I don't know.
talked.
It's not good.
Honestly, knowing myself, I say I would run away, but I'd probably be the first person to like give
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my gosh, are you okay? No, don't be embarrassed. Just don't try to kiss me after this
That's
day.
not, yeah, that's not.
What if? All right, let's change the scenario. What if it happens and you get a little splash on your face? Does that change?
Oh, come on. What are
No.
we doing?
No, I
That
would
changes
still-
the game. If you get a splash, you're not as helpful. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I'd probably definitely wipe it off myself first before I offered it.
But it's more than just Jen. Conspiracy theories. Why?
Oh my gosh.
He
All
just
right,
ruined
well,
his
you
mom's
can-
rug in the lit kitchen.
That's good. I told you not to do that, Brad. You can follow This Is Weird.
I feel like the organization that he's a part of. Hold on. I feel like the organization that he's a part of, like to become a member, if you join the movement, that you get a bag of weed, a T-shirt, and you get to make out with Dan Meister's sister. That's how
Oh
I feel
my
that
God.
movement goes.
Is that the party favors?
Just a bunch of bros. We don't believe in birds. Birds, they aren't real.
We don't like birds. I had a seagull poop on my shoulder.
By the way, you guys got to leave by 7:30. My mom's coming home.
Mom's coming home. I gotta make the bed.
Right. Faith Schueler, thank you so much for being a part of This Is Weird. Was it weird enough for you?
Yeah, definitely a weird experience, but one of the best weird experiences. So thank
Love
you
that.
guys.
That's what a lot of people that hang out with us say.
That's a good Google review.
Except for the part where it was pleasant.